Hello everyone, I am Surabhi. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is about the unit study which we are doing currently, almost 80% done, about the life cycles. We are dealing we are studying about the life cycle of I think 6 to 8 animals in this full study, and I'll be sharing what resources I used, books, the hands-on materials, approach, and how did we life cycle is like a huge topic. In a way it's nothing also. So how did we approach life cycle now? Because if you know me, we did Montessori all the first 6 to 7 years, and in Montessori life cycles of animals is introduced very early. Okay, so my kids have read these books or dealt with this material in a very young age. I had these resources since my kids were like 3 to 4 year old. So this time I used all the resources to add something more to it, considering they are now 7 and 8. So all the stories and how we did it, what we did, I'm going to share today. So let's start. So before I start, I'll tell some I have two kids. Okay, my younger one is 7 and elder one is 8. So my elder one is someone who reads a lot. So she has read all the life cycles, everything a lot in the magazines and science books and everything. So and last year also we did the honeybee life cycle, where she did everything with clay, then butterfly life cycle again with play-doh and everything. So she has been doing life cycle hands-on for like quite a long time. But when it comes to my younger one, she's more of a listening kind of auditory kind of person, and so she has heard, she has seen whatever her sister was doing, but she has not read any books. She knows things because we talk a lot in the house, so she listens whenever I'm talking to the elder one. So but she has not done anything concrete or with hands. She doesn't like play-doh much, so she doesn't she has not created hands-on anything for life cycles. But she knows, quite whatever kind of person she is, she knows a lot that way. So my approach this time was to give a hands-on experience to my younger one, who doesn't like play-doh, but she likes drawing. Okay, not like much, but okay, she can draw, at least that I can say. And because she can't read, so it's more of me teaching her exclusively, teaching her, telling her verbally, because that's the only way she learns. She doesn't like reading as such. So that was the approach. For my elder one, who has eaten and drunk all the books of life cycles, for her I wanted to take it one step extra, just not knowing the life cycle ki kaun se stages hoti hain, but what does it mean, what are the things, for turtles when we were doing, how to choose a gender, what becomes male, what becomes female, and when we did mosquitoes, a lot of other things around it. I'll tell when I go to detail of each of the insect or animal we approached. So just see that whenever I tell you something, it is targeted to both to my kids, because we study together. Okay, so that being said, the only resource, the book resource I used, my favorite book for life cycles. I have done a review for this book, shown you all inside and all details in one of my previous videos, so you can check that to see. But this was the only book which we used, which is very comprehensive. I had mostly all the animals in it, whichever. Otherwise there was some extra details, like Mosquito life cycle was not there, but there was Dragonfly, and on the side of it they tell some details what is different, like this one. So when we see a Dragonfly life cycle, it talks about a little about mosquito. So we wanted some information that was available here. You see, the life cycles are pretty similar apart from small details. So but this book was more than enough. Again, my elder one has read it in and out, so but it was good for me to refer to it, and then when they were drawing, so this was a good reference to actually show, because the pictures here are very, very realistic. So it was a good idea to see ki hum kaise draw karenge. And also I used the safari tubes. Again, we have done all this stuff in Montessori in the first 6 to 7 years of our life. So I have these safari tubes since they were 2-3 year old. I collected lots. So I love safari tubes. They have this one. So this is a mosquito. So these kind of hands-on things, which was kids have seen, but again the way we approached this time was different. But still, I have all the safari tubes whichever I worked on, and that was one of the main control factor, that which animals I'm going to approach forward. I had the safari tubes. That's how I did, because I did not want any clay thing or anything to come in between. I wanted a unit study or like a lab book kind of stuff where things are like can be retained, can be seen, can be referred back to, because again, we did not do all these life cycles in one day. So like once or two a week, one per each child, and then like the second week when I'm talking about something, I will refer back to the first life cycle, telling, you know, in this that happened. So I did not want any clay kind of thing here. I wanted like hands-on written thing, and I can tell them, see, this is what it is. So yeah, lot of information. Okay, let's start. So this time I wanted to be a colorful and a drawing based thing. So I have made these kind of booklets. This is the yellow chart paper, but it's a thicker cardstock paper. So like these I have made. And what I did was, I had the safari tubes. I have some cards like this. Again, all the Montessori cards, which have the pictures and everything. And we have a book. So it's like I will put these things on a paper plate. I'm very simple. I just use the paper plate. I'll put the, like if I put an ant, and I will put all the animals or life cycle like this in front of them, and then I'll tell them verbally ki this is what happens, this is egg, this is this, and then I show them a video about the real thing. Like these are still pictures. We have done all this stuff already, but we have never seen a real life thing, you know. So no cartoons, just the real like National Geographic or something, where again we are screen free. So in a way, we have not seen even animals on screen as such. So it was a very amusing thing, and a very it's something which kept them engaged to see actually how really ants' eggs look, because this is how the ant eggs look in the photo or a safari tube, but how on a leaf or when they put in the sand, how do they look? So that was the most attractive part for my elder one, because again, she has seen this material before, books she has read. So I'll tell them verbally, I'll show them in the book, whatever, especially for my younger one, and then we'll watch a video that how these look. And after I do all that, I will shut down everything and I tell, now draw it. So like for my younger one, again, depending on who has how much artistic skills, obviously my elder one has better motor grip and coloring and drawing, but like this one was done by my younger one. Egg, then it's a caterpillar, then it becomes the cocoon, and it becomes a butterfly. So like this she will draw, and then the basic writing she will do, like eggs, caterpillar, the basic writing. Again, she copied from either the cards I had, again it's a writing practice, or from the book. And then I explained the process, like complete metamorphosis, what is in complete metamorphosis, why these terms are called, what is molting, and I have made notes of them. So if you see, this is all my handwriting where I taught them, explained them. And then this is again, I'm telling, when I will do a life cycle of an insect which has incomplete metamorphosis, I had this thing to look back and I'll show them that, see, in butterfly was complete metamorphosis. So then whatever like we did later on, so I have written which have complete metamorphosis, which is incomplete. So that it become a note for us, and we can compare in our mind that, okay, when Mosquito was there, it looked like this. When Dragonfly was this, it looked like this. So, you know, that was the intention. So it is my notes also in when the technical part I'm teaching, and the basic part which my younger one is doing, because again, I told you, she has not done any hands-on kind of thing. So she was happy with it. So we started this in the February. That was the first life cycle we made. So my younger one. Then next life cycle I approached with my elder one was the turtle. It's a reptile. And like this one. Again, I have the safari tubes here. You can see. That's how I store my safari tubes. And then when you buy the safari tubes, at the back I have some printables, very safari tubes. When you get the box, right, they have all the information here, so I read it. The book had turtle life cycle, so we did all that. And so if you see, she has drawn like beach, and then egg hatches, baby turtle, then this and this. And then this one again, I have when I taught these things, what we learned in sea turtle life cycle, there is nothing but baby hota hai, egg hota hai, ho jata hai. But how do you decide a gender of a turtle? You know, it can be a male, female. It does not depend on the chromosomes like we humans do. For them, it is the temperature. that where the egg was kept, what was the temperature, and then it comes to global warming. Because global warming is more, we are the gender balance in turtles is changing, and there are some scientific research also being done that how do you maintain it, and they're artificially doing it so that there is equilibrium in the nature for the turtles. And also because we live at the beach, so we again watched a video like actually in the beach how the turtles would look in case we found some turtle eggs, because we live at the beach, like near the beach, and so how would they look. So that is again for my elder one to see how real things would look. And then like how they, but it's actually spotted like the labs maintain the special area, they transfer the turtle eggs from one place to another and they maintain under security. That's how it happens. But that's all, that's a video we watched about how serious the government is about protection of the turtles, because this is what happening. And then why turtle lay eggs in the sand, and when they go to the sea, they go only in the night, they do not go in the daytime. Again, and much major question as we're progressing, that insect lays lot of eggs, reptiles lay little egg, and human to anyways can give 1 to 2 babies at the max. Why this happen? What are predators? What are the predators for eggs? What are the predators for when you're adult? All these discussions also happened, and we did not write it, but again I'm telling my younger one who is an auditory kind of learner, these all discussions happened, and she loved it because she was able to grasp much more knowledge that way, because me and my elder one were discussing and she was just trying to understand what all we were talking. So that's how we did a reptile life cycle for a turtle. Then came the mosquito. Again, mosquito is something, I have the safari tubes, as I showed, I have the safari tubes of mosquito. Mosquito is again complete metamorphosis, but mosquito is a very famous topic in Singapore. Why? Because we have a dengue problem. We have a rainy season all the time, and mosquito has a special lab where they reproduce mosquitoes to curb dengue. So this is a whole scientific lab we have here in Singapore, where they so again discussion started with like mosquito में complete metamorphosis होती है, and because they know about dengue, then I talked about that in India we have malaria. Then my elder one asked कि what is difference between malaria and dengue, and then we talked about that malaria is because of anopheles and dengue is because Aedes mosquito. Why Singapore has only Aedes? Why there is malaria not here? And then why Singapore has developed that lab? What actually happens in that lab? How Singapore approaches killing all these Aedes mosquito, and it is like a wonderful thing. So that's what we researched about it. And then her questions, because her questions were something which I don't know answers. She asked me like, how are the symptoms of malaria and dengue different? If someone has got it, how will you figure out it's because of dengue mosquito or it's because malaria mosquito? And so I did not know. So we paused our studies that day. Then I researched more, and I found 1 or 2 videos where they compare malaria and dengue. And then I made notes here at the back where I told like dengue, Aedes mosquito, when dengue virus comes, in which part of our body organ does it multiply, which part of body organ does it attack, and then in malaria because it's very different if I go to all this. And then she asked, then I told my husband was planning to travel to Africa a long time back, and he had this yellow fever vaccination. And because it started with how do we cure malaria, how do we cure dengue, why we don't have vaccines if they are viruses, and then yellow fever we have vaccine, why yellow fever is only in Africa. Then it came to chikungunya and Zika. So we discussed basically about all the mosquito stuff here apart from the life cycle. I mean, like, this was easy for my elder one because she has read it, she knows it's a complete metamorphosis, this and that. That's a benefit of Montessori in a way, because they reduce to these things very early. But yeah, all the stuff was learning because we started the mosquito life cycle. So you see, this all happened. Then the next one we did with my younger one was ants, because we see a lot of ants here. I think 3-4 months back, there's an ant museum here. Okay, there is one one passionate person about ants. There's a big museum about ants, and there's like ant colonies, and they teach about ants. So we have attended that session, homeschool session, a few months back. But again, we have not done any hands-on work. So this time I just took out those booklets which we had learned when we visited that museum, and I told Sia, like, okay, what all do you remember, and let's do on ants, because again she has seen it. We see a lot of ants everywhere around, so that's what we approached ants. I have the safari tubes, as I told. This book has ants. So then this was a work of my, you can see the skills and the effort she puts in drawing as compared to my elder one, who's very, very particular about the colors she uses. But that's okay. So she did the ants, and again we approached ants, like, what do you remember from that tour of the ants? We had a booklet, so there was some information there, like the female ant, the queen ant is the biggest, she has wings, and the female worker ant is the smallest, and then male also has wings because they have to mate, so they have to keep searching for the queen one, so they have wings. And female ants don't, the worker ants don't have to do anything, so they don't have wings. And then when they make tunnels, you know how they make the tunnels and all those things, so that booklet helped a lot. And so I made a notes here. So this handwriting is with color pencil. This all are my, and again talking about its complete metamorphosis or incomplete, how many stages it has, and whatever 4 or 5 things she learned. So that is what we did here, again using this one. Then one thing which I wanted to approach, again, frogs, because I wanted to do a amphibian life cycle. We have done reptile, we have done insect, I wanted to do a frog life cycle again. So we have a lot of snails here, and we have spotted snail eggs near the ponds around our house. So that's what also we were very curious ki frogs also, but we have caught tadpoles sometime in our homeschool group, but I have not myself seen frog eggs or caught tadpoles because they are in a really dirty ponds. My kids have gone there and tried to catch. I never do that. But yes, this is something my girl was very curious, and like, again, something which she can relate to, because we have a lot of tadpoles and frogs here. So that's what we did, the frog life cycle. Again, just talking, again, this is something which we have been doing for so long. Montessori mein frogs बहुत famous hai. Because I want to do an amphibian, that's the only reason we did it, and we read the book. So that was, and again we have everything, safari tubes. But yeah, this was good for my younger one. And again, we watched a video about how a real in real life, how does it, the frog span will look, so that we can find in a pond nearby, and my girls can find it. I do not like, but yeah, that was the reason for doing frog life cycle. And the last life cycle which I want to do, I have not done, is dragonflies, again because we see so many dragonflies in Singapore. And again, dragonfly has an incomplete metamorphosis, so that is why I like it. My girls want to do because they love dragonflies. Here you have like 5 variety of dragonflies, very beautiful one, red wing, blue wing, green wing, lot of things. So I have this, this is a life cycle box. It has, I mean, like this, it has components, but you are ideally supposed to do it, and then you know it shows eggs, so you can see here eggs, and like that you have to see. But this we will be approaching, considering it's an incomplete metamorphosis, and we see it here, and probably my elder one will do it because she loves dragonflies. So that's all we did in our dragonfly project, not full life cycle project, and I wanted to share just their intention of you getting ideas that how we do science in our homeschool. So hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.